Hey everybody, welcome back. This is another episode of Simple Python. If you're looking for something more complicated, you are in the wrong place because this is very, very simple. Alright, we're finally here. We're going to do a Hello World program today. This is going to be the first video where we don't use idle interactively, where we actually create a separate file, which is going to be our program with a list of instructions that tell Python what we want it to do. So the first thing we are going to do is fire up idle. And you can see we have the idle screen right there. Now we're going to come up here, and in the past what we would do is say print hello world, boom. Now that's interactive, okay? If I want it to do it again, I have to type it all over again. Sometimes that's a pain, so we're going to create a program. I'm going to go to File, and I'm going to say New Window. And that's going to open up a whole new window that we can type into. I'm going to lay this over here so we can see the program and the Python command screen all in the same place. Now, I'm going to do the same thing. Voila. Only this time I'm going to save this file to my hard drive. I'm going to say File, Save As. And I have a directory already ready for me. I will call this hello. Now, Python programs have a suffix, or the last part of the name, py, and that will tell other computer programs and Python itself that this is a Python program and that this is a Python file. So I'm going to call what we just typed hello.py. I'm going to save it. Now, if I went to the run option, I could say run module. Boom. And you can see the hello world was run without me having to type it in, because what's in that idle screen now is the results of the run from my program. So if you've been following along and you've done that, congratulations. You are now officially a computer programmer, and you just wrote your first program in Python. So nice job. Now, single one-line file doesn't seem to be a lot, so I want to tell the people what this is about. This is my first Python program, and I will say author. Of course I can't type. Sorensen. Now I save this. Yeah, I can also use the Control S, as you can see, but I'm just going to hit save for now. And then I go to run it. Whoa, blew up. Invalid syntax. Why? Because this up here is just regular text. This isn't Python code. So Python doesn't know what to do with it. That's actually kind of funny, because the first this means something, is means something, and my was probably seen as an identifier, so it didn't throw a syntax error until it saw first. Anyway, what if I wanted to write things in normal text for another programmer to see if he looked at my program, or she looked at my program, so that they would know what was going on? I want to put in a comment, and the way you do that is in the first column, and we're going to learn that what column you type in matters in Python. You put a number sign. And as you can see, idle is giving me different colors based on what I'm doing. When I put in a number sign, the entire rest of that line will be ignored when that program is sent to Python to be processed. And if you've been in my class, we've talked about interpretation versus compiling. When this is sent to the Python interpreter, those lines are going to be ignored. So if I come here and I save again, and now I run again, now I'm back in business and I'm okay. One last thing about comments is that if you don't want to put a number sign on every line that you want to comment, you can just put 3 double quotes in a row, and then all of the lines are ignored until you do 1, 2, 3 double quotes again. So everything in here is ignored. All right, let's go test that theory. I'm saving. I have to save every time or Python won't let me run, which is A little bit of a pain, but at the end of the day, it's good because you always want to remember to save your work. And as you can see, the hello world is still working, so all of this white space was ignored. All right, we're going to do one last thing because we got a working program here, and we might as well. I'm going to set a variable. I'm going to say x equals 5. I'm going to set another variable. I'm going to say y equals 7. Then I'm going to set a third variable. I'm going to assign to z x plus y. And because we've been through the expressions in the variable videos, we know that the x is a 5 and the y is a 7, and that means that z is going to be a 12. So those are all legal Python statements. We should be good. Save, run. Okay, it just says hello world. Why is that? Because we didn't print it. Remember when we used the print function in the very first video and we said it was kind of useless because we were using it with interactive Python? Now you can see why we need it. I assigned 3 variables with values in that program, and then I had an expression that did a sum and gave it to z, but I don't know what z is. So now I want to print the answer is, and then print out z. Let Python evaluate what z is, tell you what the value of the variable is, and then print it. So let's save that and go ahead and run it. And you can see now we get the answer there. So as you can see here, we did all of our work inside of the program, and the answer is here in our command output. We're going to learn more about where to send output later. Now, you may be saying, okay, well, this is pretty much the same thing we've been doing all along, but it is not. We go up here and save. Now, if I exit, I've got to go do something else. I've got to go out and walk the dog or take the garbage out, and I come back. What if I want to run that old program again? Or what if I have something like 50 or 100 lines, and you can't type that all over again. I'm going to fire up idle. I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to say open, and I'm going to say open hello.py. And as you can see, it brings my program right back to me the way I typed it. And now I can run it again. Okay? So there it is. There's the Hello World program. Congratulations, you're a programmer now. And in the next video, we're going to add one more command to what we know already. It's called the input command. What you've been doing so far is just assigning variables with data and then using that to print things out and show how Python can do math. But what we're going to do in the next video is create a situation that when you run your program, it's going to ask you for the data. So it can ask you questions. The person using the program can enter numbers and words, and those numbers and words will be taken into your program and used as data. So we're going to actually get something done in the very next video. Okay? So that's it for this one. Stay tuned for the next one, and everybody promise to be good. All right? Thank you much. See you later.